Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to this channel. For this is the day that the Lord had made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. This has been a wonderful day today. I'm coming from you from Joshua, the 5th chapter here. I was wanting to share with you um, a message that concerning about whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Are you on God's side, or are you on your own side? And people always talk about who team are you on. If you're on my team or you're on this other person's team, get on my team. We have heard that statement many times. Get on my team. Get on my side. But in the book of Joshua, uh, the 5th chapter, verse 13, I believe, uh, Joshua meets a gentleman. Joshua is in war, as we say, and he was. The Bible says he was near the town of Jericho when this particular person comes into his life, and the person was a soldier. Now listen to this, because this is a very powerful statement. The Bible says in the verse 13 of the 5th chapter of Joshua, uh, the Lord commander confronts Joshua. And he says here, he said, when Joshua was near the town of Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a sword in his hand. Joshua see this guy with a sword in his hand. He never saw him before. Apparently, this must have been another army or something that Joshua never faced, but he saw the guy standing with a sword in his hands. And Joshua went up to him and demanded, right? Now watch what he say. He says, "Are you friend or foe? Are you friend or foe?" How you been in a situation where you see a person and you ask that person that question, are you friend or foe? Because sometimes you're around certain people, you're really not knowing who they for or whose side they on or whatever, but you ask the question, are you friend? Are you foe? Are you on my side? Okay, are you on my enemy side? You asking that question, and we have that problem today. We have people um, that we know of. They either friend or they either an enemy, a foe. Now watch this. And the Lord, this commander, this army person, um, asks answer his question. He said, "Are you friend or foe?" That's what Joshua asked. And the person's the army person says, "Neither one." He replied, "I'm neither one. I'm not your friend, and I'm not your foe. I'm not your friend. I'm not on your side, Joshua, and I'm not your enemy." Now that's deep right there, because you got to realize, if he's not my friend and he's not my enemy, what is he? What is he? Then he says here, the commander, he said, "I am the commander of the Lord's army." The Lord's army. The Lord's army. Ain't that something? The Lord have an army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. The Bible said, the songwriter said, "I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord." I'm a soldier now in the army of the Lord. Are you a soldier? Are you on God's side? Are you a soldier in the army of the Lord? Now watch this. He said, "I am the commander of the army of the Lord." And at this point, Joshua fell with his face to the ground in reverence. He fell. In other words, worship means to bow down. He bowed down. He bowed down because this was something else. This was not just any kind of man right here. This wasn't just any regular man that had a sword in his hand. Joshua fell down. He bowed down. That's what worship means. Praise means to lift your hands up. Worship means to bow down. How many of us are bowing down to God today in worship? Are we just loving the church is entertaining? From worship to entertainment. We are truly must worship God in spirit and in truth. He worshiped him. Now watch this. It says, I am at your command, Joshua said. Now watch this. Now look, if you're on God's side, you at God's command. Now watch this. He said, Joshua said, what do you want your servant to do? See, when you're worshiping God, when you worshiping God, you willing to do what God asks you to do, the will of God. Now watch this. He says, he replied, the commander of the Lord's army replied, take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy. And Joshua did as he was told. That's verse 15. That's the end of the story. When you're standing on holy ground, when you're worshiping God, when you truly got Jesus in your life, you are on his side. You're not worrying about being on people's side. I don't want nobody on my side. You get on Jesus' side. Get on his team. Then you're on my team. Does that make sense? Which team are you on? The message today. Which team? Are you on Team Jesus? Jesus team. That's the team that you need to get on. God bless you. I pray that you receive this message. You have a good week.